Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, we have a story here which just goes to show that from the top to the bottom, the SNP is riven with hate, with bigotry, and with just plain outright racism. Because we have a leader who says that Scotland is hideously white and there's too many white faces in power, and yet strangely, other than his own, there's not a single non-white face in his cabinet. He is leading over a party where one SNP had to get a warning yesterday for using a pejorative term to describe British people as the Brits, but he was pro-IRA, and it's the way that the IRA used to describe British people. You'd never say the British, they would call them the Brits. So it was rather said in a pejorative term. So he's had that yesterday. And then today, David Torrence, SNP MSP, has been caught up in another tweet storm, this time over liking and sort of backing an image of Suella Braverman, where she's portrayed as white, and he's liked it. So again, another racist SNP MP or politician. So the whole party just filled with this. We'll take a look at this particular one, but we'll touch upon a couple of the other bits. But it's mainly this Suella Braverman one now. I mean, like her or loathe her, certainly moan about her policies, moan about her politics, moan about the things she says, and moan about the things she does. But for someone just to attack based on the colour of their skin goes to show exactly what the SNP is. And I think it's very odd, of course, that with an Asian leader, he thinks he's going to get away with this by attacking an Asian woman. Wow. Is it misogyny as well? Are they racist and misogynistic? Could be. Could be indeed. Anyway, let's have a look at this article, see what's going on. Here goes. So, SNP MSP in racist tweet storm over vile slur at Home Secretary Suella Braverman. David Torrance MSP endorsed a picture that seemed to suggest the Conservative minister is a traitor to her race. Now, will he be thinking the same about Humza Yousaf, do you think? Will he be looking at Humza Yousaf, a man from Pakistan who has risen up to the top of the SNP, and who's constantly going on about things outside thereof his area of responsibility and expertise? Who knows? Perhaps they just don't like brown people, and he must be appalled at the fact that the party leader is brown. Is that true? This is what we have to ask David Torrance himself. But anyway, an SNP MSP has found himself at the centre of a storm after endorsing a tweet that included a vile slur aimed at Suella Braverman. David Torrance, the racist, backed a picture that showed the Home Secretary with a white face. The message is linked to suggestions among the political left that ethnic minority Conservatives are traitors to their race or not proper BAME people. On that front, Cambridge University now describes anyone who's not white as the global majority, indicating that if you're white, you're one of the minority. And that's great, because it makes all white people now BAMEs, because we are now minority ethnic, as defined by Cambridge University. So thanks. Similar slurs include branding them bounty or coconut, suggesting they're black on the outside but white on the inside, and that their beliefs don't conform to what the left believes is authentic to people from non-white backgrounds. It's funny how it's always white people sort of working out what black and Asian people should feel, isn't it? Oh, you're black, you've got to think about this way. Do you know there's a word for that? Anyway, the picture was posted by a Scottish independent supporter whose profile includes support for the SNP. She said she would follow anyone back who detests this woman. Among those to call out the disgusting image was the Scottish comedian Leo Kearse, who said, "This must be that famous left-wing kindness and tolerance." Mr. Torrance is currently among 4,400 people who have liked the tweet. So there you go. An SNP MSP showing his blatant hate and racism for all to see, because there he is. Scottish Conservative MSP Pam Gozal, Scotland's first Indian Sikh MSP, said the image was nakedly racist. She told the Scottish Express David Torrance and the SNP should apologise for apparently endorsing this wretched post. And you need to see Humza Yousaf close this man down. Humza Yousaf had got to stand there and ask him if he considered Humza Yousaf to be a bounty or a coconut. And let's just see his face. Anyway, he continued, what sort of message does this send out to women from BAME backgrounds who are thinking about getting into politics? It's expected we have healthy debates in our democracy, but this must always be conducted with civility and mutual respect. There is nothing healthy about this race-baiting trash. And that's what he is. He is race-baiting trash. He is a scumbag. He is an awful man. He is absolutely disgusting piece of human filth. And so, yeah, he deserves to be punished. The scandal comes just a day after the SNP MP Peter Grant, and this was the other one I was talking about, was criticised for using a term popularised among Republicans by the IRA to describe British soldiers in a tweet to an Irish politician. Mr Torrance has been MSP for Kirkcaldy since 2011. Miss Braverman's parents were both of Indian origin and immigrated to Britain from Mauritius and Kenya respectively in the 1960s. And she's often faced racist abuse from the left, who claim she's not an authentic BAME person, because the left are just so filled with hate. And they hate anyone getting on, don't they? And so they've posted this. Now, I'm sure Suella Braverman is big enough to just sit there and laugh it off. But that's not the point. As Thatcher once said, though, once they're attacking me, it's because they cannot attack my policies. She said, so the more they attack me, the more I'm aware that I am right. So there we go. Last year, the Herald political editor, Ian McWhirter, quit after talking about a coconut cabinet. That's not exactly what they've written there. And I'm not reading out what they wrote there, because there is one particular word which does get you massively in trouble. But I'm going to leave that there, and you can read that word when I'm not saying it out loud. But he means coconut cabinet. When discussing some of Liz Truss's ethnic minority ministers, Mr Torrance and the SNP have been contacted for comment, but of course they won't comment on this because they don't want to highlight the fact that their whole party is filled with nasty, brutish, racist, human turds. Like David Torrance. Yes, he's white on the outside. He's a reverse, isn't he? He's a reverse coconut. He's white on the outside, but on the inside it's shit brown, because he's just full of shit. And it comes out of his mouth every time he speaks. Racist bastard. Anyway, I'll stop there and I'll come up. There's not really a lot more to say, is there? He said it all. He says it all by his words, his actions, his deeds. He is, like so many in the SNP, just hate-filled and hateful. He'd be quite easy to loathe, wouldn't he? And that's why I suppose so many people do loathe them. Now, I don't care what colour people are. I don't care about their backgrounds. Oh, there's arseholes, of course. There's arseholes of all colours. And if I meet one and they are a bit of an arse, I'll tell them. But I'm not telling them they're an arse because they're black. I'm telling them they're an arse because they're an arse. You know? And it is... it's just, we don't expect any better, do we? We don't. They hate everyone. There's probably people in their own families they dislike, because that's all they've got. Hate. It's what drives them on. They're a big, pulsating ball of self-loathing and hate. And they deserve to get voted out of office, and I hope next time they do. Especially David Torrance, because having got this on his record now, having been shown for what he is, if he gets voted out, he's unlikely to ever work again. And everyone needs to cancel him. And I wonder if the left will cancel him for his blatant anti-Asian bias. Bet not. Never mind. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see in here on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. And remember, you can vote them out. It's up to you. Make sure they go. Bye.